What's up, boys? Data782 here with episode 15 of Fixing the Franchise here with the Anaheim Ducks as we move into year number 5, the beginning of the 2023-2024 regular season. Going over some comments from last episode, Michael Brunoselli tells me, put Steele first line center, Lindstrom second line wing, Byfield third line center. Raquel has been a monster, but he's 30 years old and won't get any younger. You have a lot of talented players, but need to make room. Or you can trade Comtois or one of your younger players. So I did some research, and this is how the lines are looking if I were to run them like this. Raquel on the third line, Comtois on the second line. All this gives my top 9 all plus 3s. So look at this, 91, 88, 95, 88, 88, 88, Cerci. And then on the third line, you have 89, 86, and 90. So that's pretty wild. I like that. However, that does leave Antoine Morand as the odd man out. I could put him up on the second line, gives you the same thing, but then Sam Steele's the odd man out. And if I can't trade Comtois, because then I lose that plus 3 on the second line. Or I bring Raquel back up, and then it gives me a plus 3 in the top 6, but then my third line just a plus 1. So that is the issue. I don't want to trade Rickard Rakell because he's coming off a 77-point season. He was a monster last year. I also don't want to trade Morand because he just won the Calder Trophy and he got 60 points. But then, do I want to trade Maxime Comtois? He might be the odd man out, but he just got a career high last season. And then there's Sam Steele, who also got a career high last season with 79 points. They were all monsters last year. So I'm currently more inclined to do this. Do some Morand 81 face-offs. It's tough because Tippett's definitely gone. Now the question is, where does Comtois go? Because I can do this. I can either trade Steele or Morand and get plus 3s in the top 9, or I can trade Comtois, keep my top 9 like this with Morand in there, but then I lose my plus 1 on the third line, on the second line. Helmerson can't go up, Raquel can go up, and it's a plus 3 in the top 6, but like I said, then you lose the plus 1 on the third line. Morand doesn't fit. You have all the, look at all the pluses and minuses on the side there. You have to find who fits where. So first things first, before I do that, I'm going to trade Owen Tippett. Going over another comment, same thing from Massimo Biagione. He was telling me that I should be looking to possibly trade Comtois, maybe a young goalie, look at defense. He was giving me some good suggestions. And then also Chris Chong was giving me some good suggestions regarding Morand and Steele. He told me that I should trade Steele because Morand is a younger version of him. Need Byfield on the third line. Put Wright first line center. Consider trading Raquel with that $7 million contract, but he's a playoff monster. Trade Tippett. Consider upgrades on D. And consider Kovalchuk on the fourth line. That's a good one. I will consider Kovalchuk on the fourth line. Now look at this though. I was looking at if I trade Tippett or whatever, and no matter if I keep Morand or Steele, I'm going to need a fourth line center. So I did my homework, and as a fourth line center, I would really like Adam Lowry. He's 30 years old, he's an 80 overall, but look at his defensive category. 90 faceoffs, 85 defensive awareness, all that, and the Pro Scout says he fits on all penalty kill lines, forward line 1 as well, which is weird. So Adam Lowry would be nice because I was looking at the trade finder and Boston was willing to give me a couple seconds and somebody for Owen Tippett. So if I offer them Owen Tippett and then I say give me Adam Lowry and maybe a couple seconds and a fourth or something, that could work out because, you know what, make it 2 seconds and a third because they are a rebuilder. So this would be interesting. Owen Tippett, he's on a good contract, 2 years left at 2.5. Boston could definitely use him. What do you say, Boston? A little too far off. If I take out a third, make it a fourth, what do you say? Too far off. It's going to happen. Just got to figure out if it's going to be a fifth, a sixth, or a seventh, whatever it's going to be. You got to squeeze out as much as possible from these guys. That's how you play the system. 6th round pick isn't sufficient at all. You know what? Okay, I guess 2 seconds isn't sufficient at all. That's weird because they're offering me 2 seconds and a low prospect, and Lowry doesn't have a lot of trade value. So I'll just throw in someone random unsigned because I'm not going to give up picks for this. If I could just give up Volkov, who they like. How about that, boys? You got Volkov. Too far off. Throw in a Gardner. Now what did it say? Isn't sufficient. That's really weird. Because look, now I'm gonna go back to Trade Finder. When I put Owen Tippett in the Trade Finder, and I go to Boston. They're offering me 2 second-round picks and Jay Bouwmeester. I could get 2 seconds in Ian Cole, 2 seconds in Ben Chirot, Letang and Hornquist, or Philip Myers, and a second. So I wanted the 2 seconds from Boston, and I just wanted to switch out Bouwmeester for Lowry. I didn't think that there was much of a difference between Bouwmeester and Lowry. I guess it's just because they want to trade Bouwmeester and they don't want to trade Lowry. That's the big difference. Sweeten the value just a touch. What are you saying? I have to go a second. I can go 2 seconds, but now I got to go a second, a third, and a seventh for Lowry. Trade accepted. Get out of here, you pigs. Goodbye, Owen Tippett. Have fun in Boston. Adam Lowry, welcome to the team. Let's fix the lines and see how he fits in. So what I'm going to do right now is just assign some scouts to some fourth line people. I need to see where do they fit. Would they fit on my fourth line? So I'm not going to have 100 trades where I try to fit people into my lineup because no one fits. So I don't like that it's a 0 on the fourth line, so I'm trying to get some different player types because they're all 3 of them are two-way forwards. So maybe if I could replace Kiefer Sherwood with someone else, that would be a bit more beneficial, but I need to find someone who fits, is not expensive, and is at least like 79, 80 overall. Max Jones, how the mighty have fallen, huh? It's such a scam. Why can't I just walk up to my coach and say, hey, salut Gilbert, this guy over here, does he fit your lineup, yes or no? If he does, great, I'm going to trade for him. He doesn't, no, I'm not going to get him. He might fit the second line. He's 72 overall, he fits the first line, but what kind of a scam is that? So I'm going to wait to see on the fourth line. If nothing works, I'm just going to keep it Armia, Sherwood, and Lowry. But in the meanwhile, I need to figure out what's going to go on with Maxime Comtois, because with him out of the lineup, this is how the lines would look next season, going into this next season. Right on the first line with Olofsson and Pasternak, that could be explosive with him as a playmaker, and Pasternak as a 95 overall with the +3. Mats Lindstrom could be a monster with Steele as his playmaker, and Rickard Rakell. Byfield hopefully can grow down here, but Antoine Morand, he deserves better than this. I don't want to put him on the third line wing. Maybe I put Sam Steele on the third line wing. If I put Byfield on the wing as well. Byfield has 81 faceoffs. Steele has also 81 faceoffs. I think I'd rather put Steele at center. Byfield, I guess, third line wing. He's a bit of a wrench in my system over here, Quentin Byfield. Because if he had grown, he could be my first line center by now, and I wouldn't have had to have even drafted Shane Wright. But this is my predicament right now. I think I'm going to roll with the lines like this, and I'm going to look to trade Maxime Comtois. Unfortunately, that's going to be it. On defense, going to look like this: Slavin Jones, Fowler, Lindholm, Edmondson, Gooley. I think I might try and trade Jakob Larsson, because then Joel Persson could be the guy that comes in for injuries. Unless it's better to just keep Persson. Special teams on the power play, I got +1/+1 if I go like this. Hard to get a +3 like last season unless I go all 5 forwards, I think. And even then, I still can't get a full +3. So I think I'm going to try that. I give Helmerson power play time up in the first pair, and hopefully that works out. Jones, Lindstrom gets a lot of power play time as he was a monster on the power play last season. He had 40 goals, and 13 of them came on the power play. 10 game-winning goals as well. Penalty kill, look at this. I got a +5 for the first time. If I put Lowry and Sherwood, 2 fourth-liners, with Lindholm and Slavin, I get a +5. So they're playing 85, 85, 90, 91 on the penalty kill. So hopefully that should really work out. Down here, Byfield, Armia, Jones, and Edmondson keeps it at a 0. Anything else is like a -1. So if I put Helmerson, who is my best defensive forward, keeps it at 0. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do this then to keep it at a 0. 3-man PK Classic is a 0. Extra shooters, shootouts, all that good stuff is there. Goalies, I'm going to start the season with Tristan Jarry as my backup. And if it doesn't work out, very short leash, I'm going to call up Lucas Dostal and he'll be my backup, because he's ready to be the backup. Maxime Comtois, I'm going to have to trade. But I should call... Who do I have for injuries, to slot in on injuries? I should probably sign... You know what? In the Comtois trade, I'll look to get someone who can slot in on injuries for a fourth line kind of guy. And that's it. So let's see what I can get for Comtois. I'll keep Larsson and Persson both there on backup. I'll put Larsson on the block, but I'm not going to look to actively trade him. But for Maxime Comtois, he won the Calder Trophy here. He was drafted here, second-round pick in 2017. 24 years old, 84 overall. What can I get for Maxime Comtois? Let's see. There are 10 trades. 2 seconds, Bouwmeester, and a fourth. Ian Cole in 2 seconds, just like for Owen Tippett. 2 seconds, Sherrod in a third, Letang, Hornquist in a fourth. 2 firsts from Nashville. Okay, keep that in mind. Derek Brassard in a second. Second, third, fourth, and Devon Tays. Third, fourth, and Evander Kane doesn't fit. Neil Pionk and Jordan Schmaltz. Shea Theodore, Jordan Schmaltz in a fourth. Wow, so I think it's going to have to, no question, going to have to be 2 firsts from Nashville. They are a good team, but who knows what those 2 firsts can become down the road. So Maxime Comtois, thank you so much. You're on a great contract. I love you so much. The Franjais were wearing your jerseys on St. Catherine. They loved you. But I think I'm going to have to let you go to the Nashville Predators. Always try and squeeze out a little bit more if you can. Can I throw in a fourth? Yes, we can. So Maxime Comtois off to the Nashville Predators for 2 firsts and a fourth. Thank you very much, Nashville. Those firsts could become something huge. Who knows? Let me just update the block here as we move into the season. We're going to do the preseason, and then we're going to get this season off to a bang. So on the trade block, Jerry, I'll keep him there because I might end up trading him. On defense, I'm going to put Larson. And you know what? I'll actually just put Gooley as well because Gooley's the one that I want to keep. But if I got a really good offer, then I would just take Gooley out and put Larson in instead. Right there, just like that. Joel Edmondson's a monster. Can never trade him. He's been a huge fixture on this team. And that'll be the block. All right, so let's hop into the beginning of simulation of this preseason, see where we're at. This is going to be it. I'm pretty stoked with this team. Let's see if we can get a cup, boys. We have a very good team this year, and I think we can do very special things. Actually, before the season starts, I need to make sure we're salary cap compliant. I'm very sure that we are, but don't want like last season to happen where everyone started boosting up their money. 46 contracts, 7 mil cap space. Okay, perfect. Expiring deals. We're going to have to look at extensions with these guys. Moran's going to want money. But you know what? If, like I said last episode, if Moran deserves that money, he'll get that money. But I need to see more from him. The first game was a 3.9 from Shane Wright as we shut out the Coyotes. This could be a very good season, boys. I'm very excited with the pluses and everything. Pedro Pacioretty and Tommy Yasu for 2 firsts. That's very interesting. But Buffalo's a good team, and Pacioretty's a good prospect. Actually, what am I saying? That was a really good offer. Pedro Pacioretty, you know what? 77 overall, 20 years old. I like that. I'm not going to trade him. But sheesh, that's an offer and a half. 2 firsts for 2 prospects like that. Tommy Yasu isn't really worth that much either. We're 1-0-2 in the preseason here, but like usual, preseason does not mean much. We have 3 straight shootout losses. We cracked the Oilers, beat the Canucks, and we beat the Golden Knights. So went too far in the simulation. I can't see the stats, but I can if I go in individually. I just want to quickly see how the top guys did. So Wright got 9 points in 7 games. You love to see that. Olofsson, the 88 overall, he got 8 points in 7 games. David Pastrnak got 12 points in 7 games. That's big. Mats Lindstrom, the biggest sniper in NHL history, perhaps, 5 points in 7 games. And then last, I want to see Antoine Morand, who in 7 games scored 4 points. All right. Let's get this season off to a start, boys and girls. Game number 1, we are going to be playing at home against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Seth Jones going up against his old team. Adam Henrique is in the building. Game 1 of year number 5 as we look to win a second cup in 3 years. Let's begin the journey tonight at home. Let's go. First period 0-0. Second period 1 goal. It's Philippe Dano on John Gibson. Love Dano in NHL. He's a very good player. Adam Henrique, of course, scores to make it 2-0. Come on, boys. Let's get where are those scores? Where are those scores? The people that I paid all the money to. Who's in nets over here? Corpusalo. The people that I paid all the money to. Pastrnak, Morand. Where are you, boys? And okay, let's just get shut out 3-0 to begin the season. That's always fun. That's nice. Let's just go. Let's not even think about it. We hop straight into this next game against the Chicago Blackhawks. And we are at the United Center. We're not going to stop doing these in-game sims until we win a game to start this season off. Against the 1-0-0 Chicago Blackhawks. First period, 1-0. Borgman scores on Gibson. Second period, all right, we score our first goal in 5 periods. Victor Olofsson does, after Nylander scores 2 goals. We're down 3-1 here in the third period. Power play for the Hawks. 5-on-3 power play. What is going on? We lose 5-1. We let in all kinds of power play goals as well. I don't get it. There's a +5 on that first line. On the second pair, it's just good, no pluses, but they're good players. And we are 0-2 to begin the season. Okay, here we go. First period, there we go. First lead after a period is Pastrnak and Morand who score. Second period, and now we're down 3-2 as Chabot and White get goals. Gouli comes back 3-3. Then Morand 4-3 with his second of the game. 5-3 David Pastrnak with his second of the game as well. Holtby starting to crumble. Power play for the Senators that we kill off. This should be a first win. Kiefer Sherwood on Malcolm Subban scores a goal shortly after a penalty kill, I believe. And let's end it there as we win our first game of the season 6-3. Pastrnak and Moran get 2 goals apiece, and we are 1-2-0 to start it off. So let's start simulating. I'm going to go do the scouts, and then after that, once I send them all out, I'm going to hop ahead to, let's go see the Sabres. That'll be a good game. We'll hop up to there. So 10 games into the season, scouts are sent out. We are 6-4-0. I'm going to take a break, just a mental reminder, around the end of January, beginning of February, to check out the scouts and resend them out. So first period up against the team that we beat for the Stanley Cup a couple of years ago, one of the best teams in NHL, Buffalo Sabres. We were down 1-0. Jack Eichel scores on the power play. Mats Lindstrom with a quick goal, and Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen to start off the second. And the second period ends with us in the lead as Victor Olofsson scores on the power play, and we are up by 1 heading into the third and final period. Power play, 5-on-3 power play. Come on, boys. 5-on-4, they kill all that off. But then Antoine Morand right in front of the net gets 1 to put us ahead by 2. Casey Mittelstadt comes right back on the power play. I don't know why we let in so many power play goals, and Jack Eichel ties it up with 5 minutes left, of course. Tied at 3 now. So now we're heading into overtime. If it goes to a shootout, I'll hop in and watch it, but I have faith in the boys to get it done. And no one gets it done. Okay, so let's go check out this shootout against the Buffalo Sabres. And of course, we are at home, so we gotta put on the purple 93-94 beauties. Starting off the shootout here, Jack Eichel comes in. Poke check from John Gibson. You like to see that. Here comes David Pastrnak to start it off for us. David, ooh, nice move, forehand, backhand. That jersey looks great on him too. David Pastrnak, 88, gets us the lead in the shootout. Gibson makes the blocker save there. And now we can end it, I think, with Shane Wright. To end it, game on his stick, but Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen stops him. Mittelstadt has to score. Gibson can win it for us, but he gets fooled by the EA cheese, and the algorithms won't let him. Raquel can win it though. Rickard Raquel, can he be the hero? 30 years old, and Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen makes the save. The A on his jersey, Raquel wanted it. Fools Gibson, but he makes the save. Sniper, Mats Lindstrom. What's with the poke check? Lindbergh comes in now. Oof, glove save from Gibson, robs him. I can't even finish my sentence before the poke check happens. Jeff Skinner coming in. He's also a very rich $7 million man. It's his old team for the win. The former Duck, stopped by Antoine Morand for the win. Easy save for Luukkonen. Garbage AI. Bennett, and look at that. Puck flies away at 100 kilometers an hour for the win. Dylan Cousins coming in on Gibson. Poke check. Jesper Helmersson for the win, 87 overall, scores Jesper Helmersson, and the Ducks take it in a shootout, and we go 7-4-0 to begin the season. That is what you love to see. So with Jesper Helmersson getting us that win, we're going to continue simulating. Let's go see this game against the, let's go see a couple, let's go see the Montreal Canadiens, les Habitants. Let's go see them, and I will also have to check the power play and penalty kill after that game. Huge 10-2 victory against the Panthers. Wow. Beat the Sabres 6-3. We beat the Stars 4-2. We lost the Avalanche. Järventie, first for the playing, no chance. We lost the Avalanche. We lost the Rangers. We beat the Bruins. We're 11-6-0 coming up against the Montreal Canadiens, who are 7-6-3. I don't think I've ever watched a game against them. Zabitan, the team that we had our first franchise mode with. Let's see how we do up against them. First period, 2-2 game. Fleury and Kotkaniemi score. Pastrnak on the power play, and Quinton Byfield scores as well on Carey Price. 2-2. Second period, it is Jonathan Drouin who scores to put the Canadiens up by 1. Power play for us early in the third gets killed off. Power play for the Canadiens now that we kill off, thankfully. Get those numbers up, power play and penalty kill numbers up before I go and check them out in a minute. 5 minutes left, down by 1. Who's going to be a hero for me, boys? And no one will be, as it's an empty third period and we dropped that game by a score of 3-2. Carey Price makes 24 saves and we get shamed. So we are 11-7-0 through the first 18 games of the season. Take a pause to check out the points and the power play penalty kill. So with 19 points in 18 games, it is Shane Wright leading our team in scoring. He's actually tied, no, he's not tied. It is a tie in second between Jesper Helmersson and Victor Olofsson. That's what I'd like to see right there. Jesper Helmersson at 18 games and 18 points. Same for Olofsson. Pastrnak has 17. Lindstrom is tied for the team lead in goals with 11. Steele has 12 points. Morand has 12 points. Jones 12, Byfield 10, that's good. Raquel 10. The plus minus on the third line is not great. On the second line, that is, with Lindstrom, Morand, and Raquel all at negatives. Sherwood has 8 points in 18 games. It's pretty wild. So does Armia. Well, actually, he has 7. Lowry 6 points. Gooley, Edmondson. Fowler only 4 points. Lindholm only 2 points and a -4, which is weird. In nets, John Gibson's 11-7-0. He's been playing pretty much every game. Tristan Jarry has made 2 saves on 2 shots in the 12 minutes that he's played so far this season. Gibson not really standing up to his usually elite status, but the numbers are somewhat decent. Could be better. Also, I totally forgot I'm a degenerate. I have to go check out Ilya Kovalchuk after to get him for the 4th line. I keep forgetting. In the Pacific Division, we have a 24.4% power play and a 79.3% penalty kill, which is a bit pits. At the power play percentage is not bad at 24 point something. It puts us in the top 5 of the NHL. But for penalty kill at 79.3, it puts us closer to the bottom than the top. That's for sure. That's weird, but it's just that second pair, because that first pair must be doing well at that +5. So I'm going to see if I could change anything around to give the penalty kill a bit of a boost. Maybe I could change something on the third line to give them more of a boost as well. Maybe, because Steele has 5 goals, 7 assists, +2. Morand has 4 goals, 8 assists, -3. Maybe if I change this around, it keeps the +3. I'm going to try this out and see if that changes anything. And for penalty kill, like I said, I could split them up and give it a +1/+1, but I love the +5 at the top. It must be Helmersson and Byfield. So I need to keep Byfield getting his ice time. Helmersson already has a lot of ice time. Maybe putting Pastrnak here. No, -1. Lindstrom, -2. Armia makes it at 0. Raquel keeps it at 0 as well. He says that he fits the line. It's because Seth Jones doesn't fit the line. That's the problem. Lindholm, Slavin, Edmondson. I need to try Fowler and Gooley in that position right there. That's pretty pits. Maybe because Raquel fits the line, it'll make the line play a bit better. Who knows? But I'm going to keep Seth Jones there as well. He's a 90 overall. You can't not put him on the penalty kill. Okay, so let's do that. Now let me go find Ilya Kovalchuk. Let's see where he is in the world. See if I can get him for depth 4th line, even though the 4th line is playing quite well. So I don't know if I'd put him in right away, but I wouldn't mind just trading for him anyways. Kovalchuk is on the New York Islanders. He's 75 overall. Sheesh. But he does have 10 points in 13 games in the AHL with the Sound Tigers. 10 points in 13 games. How is it he has that much trade value? He has good trade value, and he's 75 overall in the minors. Can't be. Look at that trade value. What? They signed him to 1 year, 5.8? He was only an 80 overall, and they signed him to 1 year, 5.8? And he has trade value at a 75 overall at an almost $6 million contract? That doesn't make sense. That's a broken system. I don't think I can trade for him. Kovalchuk. That's twisted. Like, it would take a 2nd round pick to get him, and even then it's not guaranteed. No. Sorry, Kovalchuk, you're not coming to Anaheim. Sorry, all the boys who wanted Kovalchuk. It would have been a nice little ride, but no chance that's going to happen at that value. Just makes sense. With all that done, we can continue simulating now. Let's get a good chunk of simulation done. Let's go into next month. And you know what? No, he's not on the Islanders. And they're 4-11-1. Call him up. Let's go see Max Comtois and the Predators. Good year for rookies, says the amateur scout. So Pastrnak got a strained neck. He just healed from. That was going to go fix. But then John Gibson got a strained hamstring. Only going to keep him out for about a week. So because I didn't really have any people to put into the lineup with any injuries, I went and signed Nikolai Goldobin. And you know what? I played him on the first line because it kept it as a +3. And he has gotten no points in 3 games. So okay, he's out. Pastrnak will come back in. And then for goaltending, I'm going to call up Dostal, and he is going to be my backup for the next week or so while Gibson is injured, and Jarry will be the starter. So in that last little stretch of games, we had a decent record, a few losses up here, a couple wins. We had a shutout win against the Flames, beat the Predators, lost to the Oilers, then a couple of wins in a row. We shut out the Canucks. That was Tristan Jarry in nets, I believe. And now I said for Tristan Jarry to be back in nets tonight since Gibson is still having a playable injury. Hopefully they listen to me. The Predators are 12-12-5. We're 18-10-1. We want to bury them because we want that first round pick to be good. So let's get a win tonight, boys, against the Predators. First period, Seth Jones on the power play and Quinton Byfield on Henrik Lundqvist. But of course, Maxime Comtois scores one for the Predators. Second period, 3-1 thanks to Seth Jones' second goal of the night. Henrik Lundqvist still in the NHL, and he wants glory, although he didn't pick a very good team to get it with. Maybe we get him for a backup if we want to try and win a cup with Henrik Lundqvist before he retires. Maybe even Ryan Miller. I don't know. We'll have to look at that around the deadline. We'll have to look at who we want to give a shot at the cup, perhaps. So this game will end as a victory for us. Pastrnak adds another goal, not an empty netter. 4-1. 2 goals for Jones, goal and 2 assists for Pastrnak, 2 assists for Shane Wright. And we are flying with a record of 19-10-1. I'm going to go to the beginning of January. You know what? Let's go see Owen Tippett and the Bruins. I'd be interested to go see another Eastern Conference game before we start to take a pause for the turn of the calendar year. Back-to-back wins there as we beat the Coyotes and the Jets. The Capitals are a 500 team. We shut them out 6-0, looking good. And also it was Gibson in nets for that Predators game, which I'm not happy about. Kubalik and a third for 2 firsts. No thanks. Beat the Penguins in a shootout, beat the Hurricanes in regulation, beat the Flyers in regulation. 1, 2, 3, hold on, and we lose to the Capitals. We were on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 game winning streak to go 25-11-1. Let's take on the Bruins here, who are 19-13-4, and see what they can do with Owen Tippett against us. Adam Larry against his own team as well. First period, 2 goals for us. Victor Olofsson and Jesper Helmersson on the power play on Philip Grubauer. Second period, no scoring. Heading to the third, Studnicka scores on Gibson early to bring the Bruins within 1 as we're holding that 1-goal lead. Shots are pretty even. And Gibson versus Grubauer, good little battle here. I'm not sure what Grubauer's overall is at here in the future. Mats Lindstrom scores, though, to put us ahead by 2, and that just might be enough. Moran adds the icing on the cake, and that will end it as we beat the Bruins 4-1. Helmersson goal and an assist, Gibson 25 saves, and Lindstrom with a goal as we beat the Bruins to bring our record to 26-11-1. So with all that done, I think I'm going to take another pause here, check out the points, make sure everything's going well. 39 points in 38 games for Shane Wright, a pure playmaking machine. So Olofsson and Pastrnak should be scoring a lot of goals. Yeah, they are, but especially Mats Lindstrom. So Jesper Helmersson is a point per game as well with 20 goals. Lindstrom is 35 and 38 with 23 goals. Olofsson 33, Pastrnak 30. Jones also 30 points in 38 games. Moran 27, Steele 25, Raquel 25, Byfield 21. Slavin's a plus 27. Armia has 15 points in 38 games, which is nice. Sherwood, everyone's looking good on the fourth line. Lindholm only 6 points in 38 games and a plus 5. So the more I think about it, the more I think that he might be on his way out, Hampus Lindholm. Goalies, Gibson's 21-11-1 with 2 shutouts, but Tristan Jarry 5-1-0. 2 shutouts, 974 save percentage, 0.75 goals against average. So not going to be moving him anytime soon, I don't think. So I'm going to go to the trade block, and I'm just going to update. I'm going to put Hampus Lindholm on it, because that is something I'm interested in doing. I'll take Tristan Jarry off because he's been doing very well. Gouli hasn't done anything really special, but Hampus Lindholm will go on the block, and I'm going to see if anyone has an interesting offer for me there. If I were to just go to the trade finder right now, just a quick idea of what is Hampus Lindholm worth, I could get, according to my trade block, is there anything? There is. I could get Brendan Gallagher. Don't really want that contract. That's a wild contract. Just in general, though, I can get Kubalik and Jankowski, Gallagher again, or Cohen. I looked at him already. He's a terrible prospect. So Kubalik is something that they'd be interested in giving me. Kubalik right now, 2 years of 5.3, 15 points in 35 games. Nah, nothing special. I'd want a defenseman back also. So just keep that in mind. I'll see where we are around the trade deadline. And let's see if our power play and penalty kill has improved a little bit. Our power play was always good, but our penalty kill was at 79% about. Our penalty kill now up to 80.9, and power play is at 25.9. So that's good now. Power play wise, we should be among the best teams in the NHL. Right there, we are the third best team in the NHL when it comes to the power play. And on the penalty kill, 80.9. We're in the middle. I'd say we're closer to the top than the bottom, but we're around the middle. Yeah, almost smack dab in the middle. 80.9%. That's good. And we are the... We're not one of the... Actually, the West is really good right now. Oh, wait, no. Sorted by power play. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we're second place in the Western Conference. I was going to say we can't be like 8th in the West or something. So that's looking good. Let's continue simulating a little bit more. We're at December 20... No, this is November. Oh, no, it is. There's back-to-back games on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. What's going on in this alternate reality? That's shameful. And why do I play the Coyotes so much? 1, 2, 3, 4 games in 4 weeks against the Coyotes. Pretty shameful. Let's go see the Colorado Avalanche. Good hockey team. They're 20, 13, and 4. Get another good chunk of simulating done as we get closer to the deadline and getting closer to sending out our scouts again and all that stuff. We shut out the Coyotes 2-0. No. Lose to the Blues 5-1. Coyotes, we play them again. This time we win 7-6 in a shootout. 8-2 win against the Kings. I'm loving it. And a 7-4 win against the Coyotes again. We're just bombarding the Coyotes. Lose 3-2 in overtime against the Vegas Golden Knights. Beat the Penguins 3-1. Beat the Hurricanes 6-4. Lose against the Flames 4-3. We're 32, 13, and 2. Very impressive. Predators beat us there, unfortunately, 5-3 in regulation. Beat the Wild 6-3 in regulation. Interesting offer here. Two firsts and Ekman for Murray and Wenberg. I'll pass on that. Beat the Devils in regulation. 2 firsts for Theodore and Schmaltz. No. Then lost 4-2 to the Predators, Blackhawks, and we are 34, 15, and 2 going into this game up against the Colorado Avalanche. After this, I'm going to take a little pause, go to the beginning of February perhaps, and then we'll check out the scouting. So first period, early goal from Bowen Byram, Brooklyn Bellow legend. Victor Olofsson comes back on the power play. Simeon Varlamov is back on the Avalanche. His career's come full circle. Second period, we score early. Yoel Armia does, but then Pontus Aberg and JT Compher score. Pontus Aberg in our organization for about 24 hours last off-season. Down by 1 here in the third period. Let's go, boys. Let's get some goals on Simeon Varlamov. Old man Simeon. Halfway through. It's just the classic. Lower overall you are, the better goalie you are. That's just how it is, the classic. Power play for us. Let's go nothing. And it looks like we're going to drop this. Oh, Jesper Helmersson makes me eat my words, but then Tyson Jost with 23 seconds left, and we lose 4-3. Bit of a shameful performance, but what are you going to do, I guess? Let's just go up to the first day of January, February, that is. There's a break for the All-Star break, but not for Christmas, which is weird. James Reimer on waivers. Man, how the mighty have fallen. 78 overall. In the NHL this season, he's 2-5-0. Shameful numbers. No, not interested in that. Sorry, James. Larson and a first for 2 seconds. Why in the world would I do that? Why would I give you... I want 2 second-round picks. Here's a first-round pick and a defenseman who's 81 overall. Yikes. Yeah, the trade engine simulator doesn't know what he's doing. So let's take a pause here, check out the scoring, then I'll send out scouts for another wave. 54 points in 52 games for Shane Wright in his sophomore season. Olofsson has 49, Helmersson has 49, Lindstrom has 29 goals and 45 points. Pasternak has 45 and 44. Raquel has 45, Steele 41, Moran 41. They're pretty much the same player. Very similar in height, weight, plus style, everything. Jones 37, Byfield 26, Slavin's a plus 22 with 22 points. 2-2s never lose. Fowler has 19 points, which is nice to see. Lindholm 7 points and a plus 10. He's turned it around in the plus-minus wise a little bit. And Joel Edmondson still a strong fixture. In nets, Gibson 25, 15, and 2. Jarry 9-3-0 with great numbers. 950 save percentage, 1.43 goals against average. So with that having been said, I'm going to go send out the scouts for another round. Let's look quickly just at the draft class, if there's anyone who tempts us. Looks like the first overall pick is Brendan Bartlett, a sniper, 5'9" from the WHL. He has 54 points in 42 games right now. Jake Sidor, Michael DiNicola, Victor Sabrica. DiNicola, a legend in a franchise mode I played in like NHL 13. Shout out to Johnny B. And yeah, okay, this guy's medium elite. Dylan Chan. He's ranked 14th, but our scouts have him at 7. That's interesting. So still a lot to uncover. Preliminary findings are nice, but I'm going to have to send them out again. This guy's a late starter. Not a lot in the goalie department. In the defense department, it looks half decent from preliminary looks, but still have to do a lot more scouting. So I'll send out them to do that, and then we'll get some more simulating done. So that's all done, and now we can simulate up to, let's go see a Western Conference Final rematch from last year up against the St. Louis Blues. And by then, second round pick for John Merrill. No, by then we should have a better idea of who we want to trade for if we're going to move Hampus Lindholm. 5-2 win against the Rangers, 4-0 shutout against the Leafs. Let's get simulating here. Note that the Hurricanes trade Pesce and Bailey to the Rangers for Foote and Wallander. A couple of prospects there, so that must have been a big move. First round pick for Merrill and a third, no. Lost against the Red Wings. We beat the Lightning 3-2. Beat the Flyers. We're now sending us an offer. They want to give us 2/3 for a low top 6 prospect and a 5th. He has some value. He's not going to grow much at 20 years old already. 57 overall, low top 6 potential. So, you know, I'm gonna say no, but it's not a bad offer. Keep that in mind moving into the next few games here. So we beat the Flyers 5-2, like I said. A first and Yarventi for Dmitry Orlov and a 4th. Big contract, not going to take that. Gouli and a 3rd for Dumoulin and a 2nd, no. Big win against the Kings. We beat them 9-3. Could this be win number 40? Athanasiou and Hornquist to the Bruins for Kopitar and Bouwmeester. That's quite the move. All those guys aren't as good as they are today, except maybe Athanasiou, who's the same, but that is a big one. Panthers, come on, it's a 40th win right there. It's a 6-5 overtime win. John Merrill, why do they keep offering the same thing? Then if I offer them the same thing, they get mad. Stevenson in a 5th for Timmins and Gore. 3-2 overtime loss to the Avalanche, and now we take on the Blues with a record of 40-17-3. It has been a nice season thus far. Let's see what we can do against the St. Louis Blues in a Western Conference rematch. First period, Peary scores 2 goals. We're down 2-0. 4 shots. Ay. Getting outshot 26-12. Brandon Peary has a hat trick. And we're down 4-0 heading into the 3rd period. This is a pretty shameful game to go and visit. They really have, yikes, they really want to prove something from last season. We're down 5-0. Let's just get it out. And we beat the shutout as Olofsson scores in Nedeljkovic, but we lose 5-1. Sweep that one under the rug and keep going. We'll go another week or so. You know what, we can go up to the deadline. I don't mind going up to the deadline. There's no one in particular that I really want. So I'm not afraid of them getting moved. Hoglander and Lambert for Martin Jones, a 3rd and a 4th. So San Jose is probably rolling with, I guess, do they have Fleury still? They must. Detroit gets Kunin and a 2nd for Strome and a 2nd. The swap of 83 overall centers. Brown, a 2nd, a 3rd, and 4 board for Pacioretty and a 1st. Are you delusional? So we beat the Habs 2-1. We lose against one of the worst teams in the league, 6-3, the Minnesota Wild. 2 firsts and Yarventi for Kubalik and a 3rd. Disgusting offers, man. 2 firsts and Ekman for Dougie Hamilton and a 2nd. Now, Dougie Hamilton, 1 year left at 5.8. The Hurricanes are terrible right now. He's 86 overall, 30 years old. He would fit in the top 4. 30 years old, he's going to want 6 mil maybe. Ekman's a good prospect. None. For 2 first-round picks, not going to happen. Winnipeg Jets, we beat them 2-1, and now we're at the trade deadline with a record of 42-19-3. So let's take a pause to look at how everybody's looking. 69 points in 64 games for Shane Wright, up to an 87 overall. Is he listed as a first-line forward? He is. 20 years old. Wow. Victor Olofsson, 63 points in 64 games. Pasternak has 58 in 56. Mats Lindstrom leads the team in goals with 34 goals and 57 points in 64 games. Jesper Helmerson has 57 in 64. Raquel 57, Steele 55, Moran 47, Jones 41, Byfield 31, Slavin 23 with a plus 29. Armia still at 22, I think. Fowler 20. Lindholm has 9 points in 64 games. He's turned it around on the plus-minus end, that's for sure. Lowry, I'd expect a bit of a better plus-minus with his defensive category. In nets, Gibson is 31, 18, and 3 with two shutouts. Tristan Jarry, 11, 3, and 0, 4 shutouts. 950 save percentage, 1.45 goals against average. Who's flying in the NHL? Michael DiPietro leads the league in wins with 38, but I want to look at defensemen. If I'm going to trade Lindholm, John Carlson at the age of 34 still getting it done. Anyone who's not super old? Miro Heiskanen is a 91 overall. Quinn Hughes would be nice, but I don't think he even fits on our team, just as all penalty kill lines. Oscar Klefbom has 45 points, 86 overall. It says he fits in the first pair. Oscar Klefbom, it's interesting. 5 year left at 6.1. Wouldn't be that bad. A bit of an upgrade from Lindholm. Think about that. Sami Vatanen has 37 points. Tony D'Angelo, penalty kill, fits on the penalty kill. That's it. All these guys only fit on the penalty kill lines. I'm going to look at the trade value of Oscar Klefbom. And would that be crazy if I tried to get Klefbom for Lindholm? Trade for asset. How much trade value does Klefbom have? Quite a bit. 5 years left at 6.1. That'll do it for you. Yeah, more value than Lindholm, I'd say. Brant Clark up to a 79 overall, so he'll be on the team next season, that's for sure. That's the thing, I need to think about next season as well. I'm probably going to qualify Larson or Gooley or whoever and just end up trading them. So if I wanted to do Lindholm for Klefbom, obviously not going to happen, but what does it say? It says value isn't where it needs to be at all. If I went to draft picks, I guess I could throw in a second, but I don't think that's really going to change much. Isn't sufficient at all. So yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not willing to trade much more, so I'm going to say goodbye to Oscar Klefbom, and I'm going to do a little homework on the lines through the trade blocks and see who I can get for Lindholm. So I'm seeing if this deal could work with the St. Louis Blues. I'd give Hampus Lindholm 3 years left at 6.4. Jacobs, Jaskalainen, both 2 low prospects. Jakob Larson and a second round pick for Justin Falk, who with $2 million retained would cost me 4.5 for the next 4 years. He is 31, 85 overall, but he is a monster when it comes to offensive stats. The scout loves him, says that he can fit on all the power play, the penalty kill, and the top 4D. Every season he seems to pump out somewhere around 50-ish plus points. So he's always a monster in NHL games. I'm going to see if I can get this deal to work. They would accept it, no question, but it's just the salary that they don't want to retain. He's going to go down. I don't want him for more than like 4.5 or I mean I could take him for 5. I think that'll be the lowest that I go. I'll take him for 4 years at $5 million. But more than that, it's pushing it. Yeah, they still don't want to do it. So if I do end up giving them my first, I would want them to keep a lot of salary. I'm going to see if I can swap out the second for my first round pick. I know it's a big overpay, but that's just how valuable he is. And the salary is what adds a lot of value as well. So this is a pretty big overpay. Lindholm and Falk. Lindholm's even better than Falk overall wise. So if they reject this, I'm going to move on. And trade rejected. Okay. And actually, my final offer will be at $2 million, but I cannot go any lower than that. That's crazy. So final offer, trade rejected. Okay, bye St. Louis. I offered you a boatload, and you don't want it. I'm trying to find any offensive defenseman that would fit the system here, and just no one fits it. Boquist would fit. I tried trading for him earlier in the season. They didn't want to do it. He does have a nice contract, 4 years at 4.7. But Sigos's crazy contract, Carlson crazy contract, and then after that is just huge trade value. So let me see if I could swing Boquist. Probably no chance. See what they say here. No. So with Lindholm, the 2 prospects is not too close. If I throw in a second round pick, what do they say? Still trade rejected. What do you say to that? They still say trade rejected, so don't think it's going to happen. I could switch out that 1 prospect and throw in another pick, like my second next season. 2 seconds, Lindholm. This is quite the package, but still, that's the problem. If they don't want to trade, they're not going to trade. All right, so it looks like Hampus Lindholm. I'm not going to make a deal. Nothing works right now, and I'm not going to force it. If I do trade him, then it'll be at the draft. Now looking at Ryan Miller, I'd like to bring him back for the Cup run. He is 43 years old, 78 overall, still playing as the full-time backup in Washington. Now, Washington's a good team, So he'd have a chance of winning the cup with them as well, but I want to win the cup with Ryan Miller on my team. I don't know how much it's really going to cost, to be honest, so I'm going to throw a 6th their way and see what they'd say to that. Okay, they'd accept a 6th round pick. So that is what we're going to do. Ryan Miller, welcome back to Anaheim, my friend. I'm happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Washington Capitals. Consider it a done deal. Welcome back to Anaheim. You are our 3rd goalie. Let's do it. No lines to fix. I don't know why it says that there would be. I didn't trade Tristan Jarry. It says Ryan Miller and then Ryan Miller. Where's Tristan Jarry over here? Back to roster moves. Tristan Jarry does have to go through waivers, so I don't know how he got down there. That doesn't make sense. But I'll call Jarry up, and I'm going to send a person down since I have Larson as backup for anything. So that's what I'm going to do. Person does have to go through waivers, but I'm going to let him go anyways, probably this offseason. Did he clear waivers? He did. Mental. So Miller's on standby. Person's back down in the minors, which will help them out. They could use a little bit of help, I think. You just can't win with these lines, so whatever. Jamie Drysdale has 4 goals and 22 assists. Ekman has 14 assists. And then on offense, how's Bickle looking? Bickle has 30 goals and 16 assists through 52 games. Very nice to see that. Pedro Pacioretty, 11 and 36. Okay, so let's get back to business here. Ryan Miller's on the team. Is there anyone else that I want to get? I wouldn't mind getting a better depth forward instead of Goldobin. So if I reset the filters, if I reset the filters and I say that I want any forward who is, let's say, minimum age 35, who's going for a cup, and he is still, let's say, overall of minimum of 75. Let's see if we can find someone who wants a cup. There are 39 people. Okay, Sidney Crosby. Okay, let me take down, I should put a max overall as well. So let's see with a max of 83 overall, 31 results. Okay, Claude Giroux, David Perron, still a bit high actually. I don't want someone who's an 83. I saw Max Pacioretty there actually, but actually Max Pacioretty, eh? It's a bit tempting. Max Pacioretty, he's 35 years old, making $8.8 million for the next year. He's on a 1-year deal at least. But Pacioretty, huh? 19 goals, 14 assists. I need to also look at people who have 1 year left on their contract. Contract year max 1 year. That's going to refine it a little bit more. It's like I'm looking for scholarly articles for a journal on for writing a paper over here, refining my search 100 times. Perron is 35, Little's 36, David Krejci. I need to also filter out who doesn't have a cup. Ryan Getzlaf on the Ottawa Senators, eh? Is he playing down in the minors? He is. 50 points in 56 games for Ryan Getzlaf. Going to end off his career after this season, probably. Blake Wheeler. There's some bellows down at the bottom here. Zuccarello, Bobby Ryan, Jordan Stahl, Justin Williams at the age of 42, still working hard. Paul Stastny, he's a legend, man. He really could use a cup. I can't trade for all of them, though. I just need one guy for depth. Mikko Koivu's unsigned at 40 years old. Perron has a cup. Little does not have a cup, but too much trade value. Pacioretty, no. Brassard, no. Gibbons, Krejci, Bonino, Getzlaf, Hornquist, all no. Brown, Koivu, no. So it comes down to Wheeler, Stastny with a Wayne train. Tays, no. Bobby Ryan tempts me a little bit. We got to bring it full circle, don't we? Yeah, we do. I think we do. Because we drafted Bobby Ryan in 2005. That's true. In 06-07, he was playing in the minors. 9 points in 8 games, I'm looking here. So he never played... he never got the cup with Anaheim. And he's only played 51 real playoff games in his career, I'm looking right now, as of 2020 here in the future. I can actually look at his... sorry, I could just look at his playoff stats right here. I don't think he's ever gone deep in the playoffs. No, it hasn't been in the playoffs since 2016, 2017 with Ottawa. We got to go Bobby Ryan, boys. We got to give Bobby a cup. Let's do it for big old Bobby. Bobby's Bellows. Here we go. 7th round pick for Bobby the Bellow. 7th round pick. That should go through without a doubt. Bang. Thank you, Dallas. Bobby Ryan, welcome to Anaheim. Welcome back to your home. And with that done, I'm going to send Goldobin down to the minors because now I no longer need him to stay up here. Right winger, Bobby Ryan's there. Actually, I think they sent Goldobin down. Yeah, they already did. Okay, great. There should be no problem with the roster. So with that all done, now we can continue simulating to the end of this season. Let's see the Maple Leafs, actually. They're a very good hockey team. Very similar record to us as well, 42-17-3. Let's see what the Leafs have to say. Mitch Marner and the Leafs. So first period here, early goal by Cam Fowler, 46 seconds in. Then we let in 3, Janmark, Bracco, and Malgin. Second period, down 4-2. Steele scores, but so does Morgan Riley. We're down by 2. Early power play, nothing there. Power play for the Leafs, they kill it off. We kill it off. Another power play, 5-on-3 power play. We kill all of those off extended. But then Rickard Rakell comes right back. There we go. So we're down by 1. I need to check out the penalty kill and power play numbers as well after this game. 5 minutes left. Who can get me one more? David Pastrnak does. Thank you, Bello and Josef Wall. 4-4 game, and we're headed to overtime. This should be good. 2 very good hockey teams playing 3-on-3, and we are headed to a shootout. Look at those stats. 95 offense, 96 defense. Only because Wall is in net, we have this game tied. So here comes Tavares in on Gibson to start off this... Ooh, big save. On start off this shootout. Once again, the computer just goes too far with the puck before shooting. Here comes Pastrnak in on Wall. Wide of the net or saved, who knows. Those weird animations. Here comes Mitch Marner, lead scorer on the Leafs. And he goes forehand, backhand with a nice little drag past Gibson. Now, we would like to score. Shane Wright, I don't know why the biggest playmaker in the NHL doesn't even shoot the puck. Is my second shooter, don't know why. Nylander to win it for the Leafs. And, oh, toe save from Gibson, very nice. But now I need Rickard Rakell to score with the A on his shirt to keep it going. And what's he doing? What kind of an angle is that? And Wall, just easy poke check. What are you doing? I need to fix the shootout lines too. What's Wright doing there? But what is that? Shameful EA. Disgusting shootout mechanics. Put Olofsson in the shootout over Wright, which should have been there all along. That's pretty wild. Shane Wright, 70 points in 65 games. Big bellow here in his sophomore season. So let's continue simulating a good little chunk here. Let's get to close to the end of the month. Let's go see Vancouver Canucks, a divisional rival who is having a very good season thus far. Beat Vegas in a shootout, beat the Oilers in overtime. The Sharks are a losing team. We beat them 5-2. We're on a 3-game win streak. Hurricanes fire their head coach, Mathieu Boucher. Once again, another French coach. I don't know why there's so many French coaches in this world and not the real world. Beat the Oilers in overtime again, and then beat the Sharks again. Very similar back-to-back wins against both those teams. Beat the Jets, and we are on a 6-game winning streak. We've won 7 of our last 8, and we are looking good. 48-19-4 coming up to this game against the Vancouver Canucks, who are 49-18-4. We have 1 more loss than them, and they have 1 more win than us. So let's get this one a huge game. Michael Kempney an early goal, but we... Mats Lindstrom scores on the power play, then Cristiano Ling makes it 2-1, a monstrous offensive defenseman. It was either Mats Lindstrom or Cristiano Ling, and I took Lindstrom over him. Lowry scores to make it 2-2. Second period ends 3-2 in our favor as Helmerson scores. We have a 1-goal lead. Not a lot of shots on our side, but we're holding on to that lead over Michael DiPietro and the Canucks. Very strong team in Vancouver. Pedersen, Besser, Quinn Hughes, Cristiano Ling. A lot of big names. I'm sure Oli Ulevi's back on defense. Power play late for the Canucks that we kill off. And then Shane Wright adds a rare goal to give us the win. And Pastrnak adds the empty netter as we win that one by a score of 5-2. Gibson makes 33 saves, goal and assist apiece for both Pastrnak and Wright to give us win number 49 on the season. Number 50 could come against the Flames. Let's go see the Canucks again in a couple of weeks. Let's see what we have by then as it comes down to who's going to win the division. Win number 50 comes against the Flames as we beat them 4-2. We lose 8-1 somehow against the Wild. Beat the Lightning 4-3 in overtime. Lose to the Stars 3-2 in overtime. St. Louis, they're a good team. We get shut out for one of the first times this season, perhaps. Sam Steele has back spasms, which is a pretty rare injury to see. Moran comes up to the second line. Byfield goes to the center of the third line. Armia goes to the third line. And then none other than Bobby Ryan comes to the fourth line. If I put him on the third, it gives it a +1. But Armia's, yeah, I gotta give it to Armia. So Bobby Ryan draws into the lineup as Sam Steele's injured for a little bit, not too long. We beat the Hawks 3-0. We beat the Flames 5-2. We have 53 wins. The Canucks have 54. Let's see them again just a couple weeks later. Besser, another early goal on Tristan Jarry, who's in nets. 2-0 Adam Ernie. Second period, Ristolainen and Ulevi. David Pastrnak scores on Martin Jones. David Pastrnak gets his second of the night as we're down by 2. Bobby Ryan! Welcome home, Bobby. Wow. Huge goal to bring us within 1 as we are down 4-3 halfway through the third period. Bobby Ryan, he wants the cup. What a life he's been through. Just eating garbage in Ottawa, coming back to Anaheim. Crazy personal life too. Radulov will add the empty netter though, and we'll drop that game by a score of 5-3. But welcome back, Bobby. The fans were going nuts in the Honda Center when Bobby scored that one, just when he stepped on the ice. Video tribute, everything. So let's jump to the last game of the season. We'll sim through the game against the Kings. It's tight at the top of the division there. The Kings, Tracy injured ribs, all worried. Kings, we beat them 6-2. And we're not going to beat the Canucks because they've clinched the Western Conference and the division, but I wouldn't mind another win to bring us to 55 against the Coyotes to end off the year on a high note. Early goal there from Antoine Morand, and then another one from Adam Lowry. Kempe scores, and then so does Lindstrom. We're up 3-1. Heading into the second, no scoring in the second. Third period, 2-goal lead for us. Let's end off this season, boys, with another historic one. No President's Trophy this year. Clayton Keller gets a goal late. No, not late, but... if we could, we're not going to win the President's Trophy this year, but if we could just have another solid 55-ish win season. Last season, I forget how many exactly we had, but this, I think, tops it, as we will take this game to end off the season by a score of 3-2. Gibson makes 37 saves, Moran a goal and an assist, Raquel gets 2 assists, and we end the season with a 55-22-5 record. A very, very nice season. Steele is back for the playoffs just in time. We had 115 points. So I think that was more than last season. I have to go back and check. We didn't even win oh yeah, it's true because Canucks won the division. But let's bring Steele back into the lineup quickly before we look at the points. Bobby Ryan, in the games that he played, he went 4 games with a goal and 2 assists. You love to see it. So Shane Wright led our team in scoring in his sophomore season here, 86 points for him in 82 games. David Pastrnak in his first year in Anaheim scores 80 points in 74 games with 37 goals. He tied him with Olofsson, who had 37 goals and 78 points. Raquel 75, glad I held on to him. Lindstrom led the team in scoring with 43 goals and 68 points. Jesper Helmerson here in his 3rd full season scores 66 points, 32 goals. You love to see it. Sam Steele scores 65 points. Less than last year, but still a very good season, 65 in 78. Antoine Morand scored 61 points, 1 more than last year, but in 10 more games played. But he had less ice time, still got it done. Seth Jones, 53 points and a plus 24. Quinton Byfield in his sophomore season, he goes 6 more points than last year. Slavin 35 with a plus 31. Armia, who I signed just for the minors a couple of years ago, has ended up doing great with us. Through two full seasons, he's scored 26 and 28 points respectively. Adam Lowry 27, Fowler 25, Lindholm 16, Edmondson up there, Ryan. Goalies, John Gibson went 39, 19, and 5 with 2 shutouts, 901 save percentage, 2.99 goals against. Not the best numbers, but look at Tristan Jarry, 16, 5-0 with 5 shutouts, 940 save percentage, 1.73 goals against average. In the entire NHL, it is Leon Draisaitl leading the way, 112 points in 82 games. Evgeny Malkin at the age of 37 gets 98. Crosby gets 96. Sid Legend getting it done. All the boys up here like usual. You can see some scoring. Capo Caco in 86 overall, scores 87 points. There's Shane Wright, Sveshnikov. Claude Giroux scored 83 points as an 82 overall. Overalls mean nothing, man. They really don't. Philippe Dano, 86 overall, 78 points. Sheesh. Legend. Let's look at rookie skaters in the NHL. It was Kyle Chernkovic with 20 at the age of 21, 81 overall, scores 52 points. Good for you. Josh Foy gets 40. Matthew Savoie 38. Cristiano Ling had 29 with a plus 27. Gainey 26. Yeah. Goalies in the NHL. Michael DiPietro had 49 wins at 84 overall. Simeon Varlamov, 84 overall, 42 wins. Josef Wall, 79 overall, 40 wins. Doesn't make sense. Tuukka Rask, 79 overall, 39 wins. It doesn't make sense. Ben Bishop, 81 overall, 37 wins. Overall means absolutely nothing. Carey Price, 78 overall, 32 wins. I'd like to get him for a run at the Cup in the future. Mrazek, that piece of garbage who I let go. He goes to LA and gets 32 wins? Come on. Vasilevsky, 90 overall, 27, 33, and 6. What? It doesn't make sense. It's a broken system, but Gibson's up there, 4th most wins in the league. It was a tough year all around for goalies. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen had a good season, but what are you going to do? All defensemen in the NHL. Cale Makar, I believe. Yeah, 79 points in 82 games. What a monster. I know there's still a few games to go in San Diego, but let's check them out. Studenik once again leads the way, 60 points in 66 games. Bickle scores 39 goals and 57 points in 66 games. Pedro Pacioretty gets 54 points, same as last season, less goals though. Axel Anderson scores 44 points. That's very nice. Jamie Drysdale gets 34 in his first year in San Diego. Gooley 26. All right, good numbers. Raquel is a +0, broke even on the plus-minus. That first line was just getting it all done. Victor Olsson shoots the puck. It's all about shooting the puck. Look at Lindstrom, 347 shots. It's all about the shots. I've looked at videos that have looked at this. It's all about whoever shoots, scores. Lindstrom, 347 shots. Ovechkin, he's down to an 85 overall, doesn't matter. He shoots, he scores. Gallagher, he shoots, he scores. That's all that matters. All the top scorers shoot the puck the most. Who's this guy? Gordon Wheeler shoots the puck. There's no one with a lot of goals who doesn't shoot the puck a ton. Dylan Larkin maybe, 27 points, 27 goals. It's all about shooting the puck. If you can find someone who shoots the puck, you'll find someone who scores you goals. Like if I go to the AHL in San Diego and see who shoots the puck. Zach Parise, 256 shots, 31 goals. He's 77 overall, doesn't matter. Otto Koivula, whoever this is, 241. Ilya Kovalchuk down here, shameful that I couldn't get him. He scores 63 points in 73 games. That's pretty wild. Also, last things to look at. I want to see how a few players did. Namely, let's see, Owen Tippett on the Bruins. How did he do? Tippett scored 28 points. Yikes. 10 goals and 18 assists for 28 points, -11. That is really scary numbers. Some last stats to look at include some of our old friends, including Maxime Comtois now, who just had a full season on the Nashville Predators. Hopefully Nashville didn't have a good season since I have their first-round pick. So I want to see how they did. 53 points in 82 games for Comtois, 21 goals, 32 assists. A pretty decent season. Not as much as last year, but other than that, would have been a career high, aside from that last season where he really went off. 53 points, very respectable and very good for an 85 overall. So good season. Good for Comtois. I'm happy to see it. This is weird. I love how garbage this is. Oliver Bjorkstrand, he's a sniper, and he has never once in the simulation got more than 16 goals. Look at this. Every year, 10, 15, 11, 16, 13. He has 3.5-star shooting, and he's a sniper. I know it's not the highest stat, and his passing's at 89. Doesn't make sense. His stats shouldn't be like that. Grinds my gears when it's just pure garbage. Over on Winnipeg, let's see some of the boys here. Pretty far down. Next, Josh Mahura, 21 points in 82 games. Now that's good for Josh Mahura. He's up to an 82 overall. He signed a 4-year, $4.69 million contract. Good for him. And Isaac Lundstrom, sheesh, 1 game played, 79 overall. Yikes, Lundstrom, I doubt they re-sign him. Over on Buffalo, Jakob Silfverberg scored 48 points with 18 goals. Nothing too wild. He's gone down since getting traded. Last year was half decent, and this year not too bad either, but it's a downward trend, especially in goals, since he got traded to Buffalo. This is the last year of his $5.25 million contract. Benoit Olivier grew. Yeah, good thing I traded him. He's Pitts, 7 goals, 14 assists. 21 points. He's garbage. He even played a lot, 13 minutes a night. That's more than he would have been playing here. Where's Max Jones? Is he in the minors? Not even. I guess he's just a healthy scratch. Troy Terry here, a prospect I traded here a few years ago. Again, it was a good gamble. He's 26 years old, only 81 overall. He scored 31 points. Yeah, he hasn't done anything for Calgary, really. This year was his best year yet, and that wasn't anything special. So that turned out to be a good trade for us there as well. And I think that's pretty much everyone that we've made moves with throughout the franchise mode. Oh, of course, I got to check out Adam Henrique. Where's Adam Henrique? Yikes. 22 points. Okay, he had a big injury. Only 22 points. Actually, about 22 points in 44 games translates to something like 40-ish points. So he's down to 83 overall at the age of 34 now. This is last year of a $6 million deal, yeah. But 22 points in 44 games, not the worst, just kind of hate to see it, the poor guy. David Krejci at the age of 37 is there as well. Dano and Dubois just getting it done for the Blue Jackets. Yeah, pretty sure that's it. The Kings have Philip Forsberg and Taylor Hall, Nazem Kadri, wild team. Speaking of wild, here's the Minnesota Wild. Sonny Milano, yeah, that's what I was looking for. 49 points in 82 games as an 83 overall. Not bad. It was actually a career high this season. And you know what? I'm happy for it. That's more than not bad. It was good. Sonny Milano, I'm happy that you had a good season, Bello. Keep fighting over in Minnesota. I know you're on a Pitts team. Keep doing what you're doing. And in the entire NHL, Nashville did not make the playoffs, and they were near. So let's see from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They were the 10th worst team, so we should have a top 10 draft pick unless we get jumped or we win and get top 3. But that's a good first round pick. I'm happy we got that and the pick next season in exchange for Max Comtois. So now that's all done. So to end off the episode, let's just see who we're going to be playing in the first round of the playoffs next episode. We will be facing... Tracy's available, okay? Facing the Edmonton Oilers, the classic Edmonton Oiler matchup that we have the last 3 years in a row in the playoffs. It's usually in the second round. This is the first time we see them in the first round. So Edmonton, are all the boys still there on St. Catherine? Let's see. Are all the boys there? Alexis Lafreniere, he's there on St. Catherine. Evan Bouchard is there on St. Catherine. And Charles Hudon is there on St. Catherine. So not the same. Nathan Beaulieu is not there. And Mikko Koivu is not there. But they still have the boys. So defensively, it's a bit of a train wreck. With an 80 overall in your first pair. Your second being 82s and your bottoms being in the 70s. Not the worst, but without Clefbaum, they'd be nowhere, really. Offense, of course, you have Draisaitl and McDavid, who are monsters. Top 6 is great. Besides that, Lafreniere... You would think that he's good, 88 overall, but he's buried on the third line. Okay, he finally had a good season, 69 points, good for him. They have good offense, I'll give it to them there, but defense is a bit pits. Is it still Tuukka here? 79 overall, Tuukka Rask. He's a piece of junk, but of course he got 39 wins this season, so he's going to shut us out for 4 straight games, right? Yeah, Stuart Skinner, 77 as a backup. Brent Harrison, Tyler Benson, and Charles Hudon. So those are Edmonton's lines going into next episode. We're going to stop it there, and I'm going to send out the scouts for an update, but I'm going to leave any options of line changes up to you. If you have any suggestions, this is how the lines are looking right now. You saw the points that everybody got. You saw how everyone played, and that is going to be it. So Big Bobby, congrats, welcome home, happy to have him. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.